idea is, to have an interactive art experience, and as you look at it and say, why can't I change the world as well? Why can't I do that? And that's what we are hoping.
We've created mind maps, just written down everything, kind of separated it into different eras, different timelines.
So I get a sketch and convert it into the Photoshop version by taking photos of different images, meshing together all kinds of different things into one window, a panel.
Once we have that design the way that we like it, we go through with Illustrator and create lead lines and piece out the glass that we'd like to, and take them into the painting room where all of our artists, we can sit down and paint the image that needs to go in those pieces.
It's so vibrant. It's really hard to make it that bright with just the paint. There are certain types of glass that just take your breath away. Of course, if we did the whole thing out of that, it would take years and years and years and years to finish.
We have light tables that we can see the window without putting it together. That way we can change a piece and say, wow, I don't like how that turned out. This needs to be brighter, that needs to be darker. We'll go through and tweak that, and then we just build it and put the lead around each piece and put it together.
As Tom and Cameron and the other artists at HOLDMAN Studios were working on these windows, they would give us a concept art drawing, and they would then get feedback from the scholars on the team about things that might be missing, things that needed to be changed, were they inaccurate, and so we would give them feedback on developing the concept of each window.
UVU is much more than just the repository or the home of the project. It is being integrated into their culture, into their academics, into their curriculum, into their engaged learning.
I designed a project for my students last semester in the Honors Colloquium class that engaged them in writing entries that will be used when digital support medium are developed for the Roots of Knowledge project, so for the app or for other displays we might want to make in the library. There's a lot of curation that's going to be necessary for this project, and so I engaged my students in writing some short encyclopedia-style entries for each of the items that were chosen to go in the windows.
Before we had reached the School of Athens, Raphael painting, we had previous references of images of people that we have in the window. And when the designers were reaching this part of the window, one day they just pulled me in and were like, well, we're taking you a picture of you to put in the School of Athens, and that's what we're gonna do for this panel. And I was incredibly excited. One of my friends on the project painted me, and watching him paint me was very exciting, and then seeing me be in the window was incredible. So I'm also near my mom, so it's pretty cool.
There's a tremendous richness to all of the panels that Tom has developed. One that I feel a particular affection for is the panel that covers the late 1700s. Of course, central to the frame then is the signing of the Declaration of Independence, but it goes well beyond the founding fathers. So we have an image of the fourth emperor of the Qing dynasty, Kangxi. We have a Japanese incense burner from the Edo period. There's an image of Mary Wollstonecraft, a famed Enlightenment feminist figure and philosopher. That's, again, one of the things I love about these panels is the richness and the breadth of what's covered. There's something there to engage almost every mind and subject of interest. My hope for the project was that it could, in many ways, reflect all of the core themes that we have as a university, that would be a serious work of art, that it would reflect the best of traditions, both in terms of art glass itself, but also the visual components of it, that people would look at it and say that's a very powerful, inspiring look, but that it tries to bring in all of the key things that are happening in the unfolding of human civilization that are happening all over the world.
Every single person has potential to be someone in this window. The roots of knowledge also contain seeds, and that we all have a seed inside of us that can make us a huge contributor to the history of knowledge. And that's a massive part of this window to me, is that we're all a part of it.